Well, this is it. It's the moment everyone has been waiting for. It's long overdue, pretty much a month more or less since the last episode in Abu Dhabi. And we are here then for a brand new season in F1 My Team, season number 6. Will it be the last one? Who knows? We'll see. You know, this is going to be purely based off the response you guys give me, not just on this episode 1, but throughout the 16 races. You know, the interest is still there. If I feel like I can get another season out of it in terms of, you know, with the mods and trying to get some stuff out of this. If not, we'll consider other options in the future. So I would recommend you guys to enjoy this season while it lasts. I've put a lot of effort into this in terms of mods, so I want to really make sure you guys get maximum enjoyment out of this one. So let's get down to business. If you're going to enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe for more. We're on the road to 100k this year, and any help would be massively appreciated. So let's jump into it. First of all, we have a contract renegotiation with Michael Schumacher, and I'll be honest, I was very close to changing teammate. I really wanted to go for Pierre Gasly, but in the very last race of the season, which we had an issue with and we ended up simulating the race, Michael picked up a podium. His only podium of the season, and I think he's only his second or third points finish. Now, he declined the first contract offer. I went back in for a second time. Second time around, he accepted the approach just like the first one. But in terms of accepting the actual contract, this time he does. So Michael's going to stay on, and like I said, he's salvaged himself with a podium in the last race. And to go with that podium, I've taken the plunge. We've gone ahead and upgraded the brakes on the chassis, so the car is officially maxed out. Now then, that means we should be the second best team, and also it should mean that Michael should be far more competitive. He's still 100 rated and 100 in all of his stats. In the meantime, you can see here, we went ahead and bought a couple of facility upgrades in regards to resource point generation, because I had some money lying around, so I thought I may as well try and use it. And just confirmation here really quickly that this is the only upgrade left, and it's not an upgrade we can do, it's a supplier upgrade. So we'll see what happens next season, because this is a Ferrari upgrade, and the plan for now is to move on from Ferrari after 2 seasons. And yeah, we're gonna, you know, change things up a little bit and shuffle things up a little bit. So here we are, end of season number 5, and ready for season 6. Of course, before we jump into the new year, it wouldn't be right if we didn't look at the stats. So then, we finished this year quite a way down. You know, if you remember, we started season 5 with pretty much the worst car on the grid, and it was a really long slog in the first few races. Eventually, we got a win in France, but 4 DNFs this season, which was very painful in season number 5. It cost us a lot of points, especially the consecutive back-to-back DNFs in Australia and Saudi Arabia. It just put an end to any chance of us, you know, going for like a title charge or top 5, you know, top 3. I do think we left about 70 to 80 points on the table, so that would have made a massive difference. We could have finished, I think, easily P2 had we not DNF'd, but you know, that's the way it goes, and we have to accept it. And that is also kind of a big reason why, you know, Ferrari aren't staying around as our engine supplier into season 6, because this was quite unacceptable, even, you know, by Ferrari standards. So yeah, second half of the table, you can see Michael Schumacher mainly having a poor season, but he scored points in the last 2 races and a podium in Abu Dhabi, so he's done just enough to kind of win back a little bit of trust. So we'll give him a chance for the first half of the season and see, you know, how he gets on, and we'll evaluate at the halfway stage. Here are the stats so far. After 5 seasons in my team, we've got 1 Drivers' Championship and no Constructors. That's kind of the aim this year in season 6. 2 poles only, qualifying definitely not my strong point, and then total points scored 832, 15 race wins, 31 podiums, 8th place is an average finish, and then 13th is an average qualifying, and yeah, overall 12 fastest laps, not too shabby. Yeah, just wrapping up really quickly on season 5, we missed the sponsor target for Mission Renault in terms of finishing P3 or better in the Constructors, so we are not going to get that cash payout from our main sponsor, which is a bit of a shame. Having said that, we're going to move into a new season, and with that comes a new calendar. So let's break it down, because we have again 16 races and 1 change compared to season number 5. China is back on the calendar in round number 2, and this year the race we won last season, the French Grand Prix, is off the calendar, because the simple reason for that for me is I want to try to avoid those kind of OP P11 Alt-Strat races where it's a one-stop and the AI always do two, so it's a very easy win. So, France, Hungary, also I think Australia as well, and those kind of tracks we're going to try and avoid those. Worth noting, Spain is also on the calendar this year as well. So yeah, we've gone ahead and also removed Australia from the calendar. So 2 changes, and we'll see how that looks moving forward. But France and Australia out, Spain and China in. Now Spain is one of those tracks where P11 is OP, but the objective this year with this car is to be inside the top 10, so hopefully we can avoid that kind of situation. Now then, with that said, here is the team layout for this year. A new title sponsor, because we missed out with our objective last year with Mission Winnow. So this year our new title sponsor is Vodafone. Our new engine is going to be the Mercedes AMG power unit. We're going to try and see if maybe this could be a bit better for us and provide us with a bit more success moving forward, and of course confirmation of Michael Schumacher staying on as our teammate. So there's the overview this season as we then rejoin back into the main menu, let's say, in the new season. The new car is under the blankets, under the wraps, ready to be shown to the world. Very much excited about this, but first of all, a few more things before we get to the car reveal. Confirmation that Sebastian Vettel has hung up his helmet and retired from Formula 1. So Seb calling it a day. He was at AlphaTauri, so what is going to happen, who's going to step into his shoes, we'll find out very, very shortly. Finally, here are the sponsors for this season. So we've kept some of the in-game ones and also added a few of some real-life ones. Vodafone being the title sponsor, Crypto.com, and Akrapovic, coming on board as a team sponsor, Ashave and Polar, and a few others kind of, in a more like reduced significance staying on board. But yeah, finally, we're going to quickly go ahead and, do some activities. We're going to go for some pre-season driver press tour and some driver training camp after the car reveal. And speaking of which, here we are. The long-awaited moment, the car reveal, the 97006 or 006, whatever you want to call it, is here. It's a big one. I've put a lot of effort into this one, and it's very different. Hopefully you guys like it. With the Mercedes power unit, with the AMG, Vodafone title sponsor, it's going to be quite good. So if you're happy with how the car looks, then feel free to leave a like. But let's jump into the reveal, and let's see what I've come up with. Well, I think it goes without saying, I think this is probably the best livery car I've ever made. I think it helps that we've managed to, with the power of modding, make a change, and that is use a different chassis. We are using the Mercedes chassis as our car this year. We have the skinny nose, which looks a lot better in my opinion, and the car just looks a lot more aggressive as a whole. Overall, I've done the best I can within the limitations of modding with the Mercedes car. And I want your thoughts and feedback in the comments down below, guys. I think it's spectacular. This year, we've gone for a metallic finish on the blue, which I think really makes it pop in certain lights, but also in other ones not so much. I think it's quite a nice balance. The sponsors are great. The little bits of red with the Vodafone, I think, really add something to the car. We've got the AMG stickering, of course, and overall, I think the colours work really well together, to be honest with you, and we still have all the sponsors on the livery and present at the time. So yeah, overall a very, let's say, simple-ish livery, but it does the job. It's effective. I think it's very striking, and it's definitely going to stand out on the grid. So hopefully you guys like it. Give me your thoughts in the comments down below. But yeah, she is a superstar. Now, to go with the new livery, we have the new driver lineups, and here is Michael in the new race suit. We've now got Alfa Romeo, Giovinazzi and Matsushita staying around for another season. Yuki Tsunoda with the brand new AlphaTauri suit, and this year replacing Sebastian Vettel is Nicholas Latifi. Very bold choice from them. Then we have Alpine, who have partnered up with BWT. Ocon and Russell sticking around as their drivers. Lance Stroll and Christian Lundgaard back again once again for Aston Martin with a bit of an update to their race suits. Ferrari, Leclerc and Sainz back again with, again, a revised race suit, with Santander being a main sponsor for the team in season number 6. Haas are back. Mazepin, Schumacher in place once again, running the same livery as last year with the Castrol branding. And then McLaren with a brand new look, Daniel Ricciardo and the man we almost signed, Pierre Gasly, very, very strong lineup. I think the team to watch out for, along with Mercedes and Red Bull. I think Gasly's going to be a real threat for the championship this year, and McLaren look ready to win it. Elsewhere, we have Mercedes, and you can see here they've got a pretty good look going on. The Petronas is gone, and it's now Aramco. So there's been a bit of a rebranding with the team. Red Bull, Max Verstappen, and Sergio Perez, no big changes with them. And finally, Williams, and of course, after Latifi departed, he's been replaced by Robert Schwartzman. So a very, very tasty young driver lineup in Williams. So there's a lot of peek at some of the new suits and a preview, if you will, at some of the new cars and some of the changes during the off-season. So yeah, overall, it's going to be quite tasty. Not as many transfers as I would have liked, but still we've got a fresh enough grid and enough changes to make it quite spicy and quite exciting. Now then, just really quickly running over the confirmation that we have purchased all the driver perks. There is our race suit on myself and Michael in all of its glory. Adidas being the kind of creator or the maker of the suit this season, you know, running with the iconic 3-stripe branding down the side, which looks really, really nice, and also on the sleeves as well. But yeah, I think the suits look absolutely mega, and here is a bit more of a close-up of the helmet, which is in-game. I've not modded the helmet, I've decided to keep it with one of the in-game ones, and I've just basically changed the colours a little bit. The helmet name is Overrun in-game, and then we do have a custom cap, suit and gloves, all within team branding, Adidas style, and with the corresponding sponsors. So overall, I think a very nice look. But now, without further ado, the main event, I guess, after revealing our own car, it's going to be the other remaining 10 teams on the grid. So we start off with Mercedes, AMG, Aramco. Very, very tasty livery. Back to silver for Mercedes this year. This is a mod which I've downloaded. I've basically made a few modifications on my own. I'll leave a link down below to all the mods used for Season 6 down below, and I'll note which ones are mine and which ones are a modification. The Red Bull, not a lot changed, only really the rims, because I was struggling to find something to work for this, and I quite like the livery. The black wheels make a big difference to the presentation of the car. After that, we have the updated McLaren livery. The matte paint is gone, and we have gloss orange back with black, which looks very nice with some orange stripes. I'll leave a link down below to the person who made this for me. Shout out Mr. Slendis and Emil, who does also my track sponsors as well. After McLaren, we have another team reveal, and it's the Aston Martin. This year, a bit more yellow, you know, making the green also a bit lighter, making it pop a little bit more with a bit of more of a matte finish. But crucially, the yellow, there's far more of it this year, and it should be a far more prominent feature on the Aston Martin this season. After that, we have Alpine, you know, recently partnered with BWT in real life. By the looks of it, you know, according to the rumours, I've gone ahead, taken the plunge, and made a metallic blue and hot pink BWT livery, which looks absolutely insane, and I'm a big, big fan of it. Then we have Ferrari, also made by my track sponsor modder, Slendis or Emil, but I've made a few modifications of my own, including the black wheels and also keeping the red gradient. So overall, very tasty car and big, big fan of it. AlphaTauri, this was a mod, I'll leave a link down below. I can't claim this one, but it's very clean and very, very spectacular to look at. It's beautiful. The amount of white is just so good to look at. I have made some very minor tweaks, adding some Italian flags on the car on the front and rear wing. Then we have the Alfa Romeo. Shout out to Luke Humphreys, WOR lead coordinator, for helping me with this one. But this one looks insane. We've gone for the dark metallic scarlet red, which looks absolutely insane. And in my opinion, it's one of the most naughty looking cars on the grid. Then we have the Haas, unchanged from last year with the Castrol sponsorship. I still think it looks really good and much better than the original livery with the black, white, red and green. And then finally, Williams, the white main paint is gone. We're now just running pretty much light and dark blue. Ignore the numbers, again, those aren't fully accurate. We have a white number on the nose, but the Williams looking insane, and some small tweaks making a big, big difference. So there you go. There are all of your cars, and that is pretty much it for season number 6. Hopefully you guys are excited. A lot of work has gone into this, both on my own and people also doing things for me. But overall, myself personally, I've never put so much effort into one season of my team in my life. So hopefully you guys really appreciate it. Big stuff on the way, and I cannot wait to get started. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe for more, and notifications on, because when the season starts, you want to make sure you're notified for that first race, so do make sure you tune in for that one. But yeah, round 1, Bahrain in a couple of days. Stay tuned for that one. And yeah, I cannot wait, guys. It's going to be really, really awesome. And if it is the last season, it is what it is. It's going to be good fun. So like, subscribe, check out 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already. And as always, a big shout out to the members. But that's it from me, and I'll see all of you in Bahrain. Until then, take care, and let's goodbye from me.